health, wealth, love, and happiness. Why are these on the whiteboard, guys? Well, these are actually the 4 key pillars of life. And what that means is, well, they hold up your life. If you want to have a good life, you need all 4 of these pillars to be very strong and abundant. Now, I'm going to kind of walk you guys through these here because this is really, really important. This is the formula, if there was one, to living a good life. Now, let's start with health, guys. You know what? I'm going to start with the most important one. Okay, look. There is a most important one here. And I'll give you a second to guess what it is. What do you think is the most important pillar here? Well, some of you guys will say happiness. And I agree, happiness is important, you know? It's important to be happy. Some of you love, some of us wealth. Interesting. I'm not too sure how many people chose health. But it is actually wealth. Okay, and let me explain why. Without having this pillar very strong, it's hard. It's hard to have all of these, the rest of them, to be strong as well. Because wealth gives you the resources to invest the time in, money and equipment, trainers, etc., for health. Eat good food, right? It helps you have the time and the resources and the opportunities to network and meet and have a really good relationship with a lot of friends, your family. Hell, if you could retire your whole family, imagine how much time you'd have, would be able to spend with them. A lot, right? Romance. It is easier to get a wife when you are wealthy, and well, that's just biology. And as for happiness, well, there's a university, I believe it might have been the University of Pennsylvania, don't quote me on that, that did a study. And what the study found out is that there's a base level of money needed for someone to be actually happy in the United States. It's actually very interesting. They for the entire US, they calculate that number to be about $70,000 a year. Okay, so there's literally like a base level of money you need to make to be happy. I'm here in California. One of my brokers in my office told me that to be considered not poor here in Orange County, you have to make $100,000 a year, which I thought was interesting, to say the least. But let's carry on, right? It's going to make all 3 of these a lot easier. Now, wealth, right? Your career. You have to have a good career. If you guys didn't watch the entire video of me explaining what to do, how to choose what you do, super important. Like, seriously, go watch that. I know it's a little boring. Okay, it might have been a little boring. It's good information. You sat through school, you sat through college lectures, you can do it. How you spend money. Are you super frugal? Do you want to keep all your money to yourself? Or are you someone like me who, when I will go and make a lot of money, I'm going to have no problem at all spending it when I deserve to spend it, of course, because I invested. What do you invest in? What are you a fan of investing in? My favorite thing that I see is real estate. I love real estate. I don't think I'll ever touch the stock market. Don't quote me on that too. Maybe I'll play with it a little bit, but I don't really like stocks and Forex and Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, shit like that. But maybe you do. Maybe you do, okay? That's my wealth destiny. And forgot to mention, we are talking about destinies here, right? Because, if I don't like basketball, okay? And if I played basketball to get healthy, I wouldn't try as hard. I wouldn't enjoy it as much. It would deter me from wanting to go to the gym and work out because I don't like playing basketball. But if I were to be playing football, I'd actually be super motivated to go to the gym and get healthy and try my hardest and have a lot of fun because, I'm a fan of football. I played a little bit of football. I wish I still did. And that would be my destiny. Actually, well, for now I don't. Soon I will, just because I know that's part of my destiny. Cardio. I like to run. There are lots of ways to get cardio, guys. So many. You need to figure out what's good for you. I really like sprints. I like sprints more than long distance. But maybe under a mile, I think I can cut it, right? Diet. What do you like to eat? Now, I try to eat good foods. It's not always easy. If I had more money, it would be so easy for me to eat good food. I'd know exactly how I do it. I'd hire a chef. I'd hire a full-time chef and, instruct him and then actually probably hire doctors. It's not up here, doctors and trainers to tell me what's my ideal diet, and then go from there. And it goes back to this idea that it's hard to have these other three without this one, like I promise you. Now, love, right? Friends, family, romance. I enjoy thoroughly spending time with my friends, right? Some of my younger friends, like my age, some of them, don't have jobs, whatever. It's nice to be able to pay for them to, eat with us, for them to go and do stuff with us. Because I didn't used to be in that position. I was the one who had people paying for me to hang out. My older friends would pay for my food and stuff, and it feels really good, and it ensures that I get to have those friends around me, because what is a few dollars when it comes to friendship? It's a perspective that changes, especially when you have an abundance of wealth, that you're able to do that. Family, taking care of your family, buying them nice gifts on Christmas, taking them out to nice vacations, buying yourself experiences, buying them experiences that you guys can all bond over and have a grand old time doing amazing things. And of course, we talked about romance. makes it a lot easier to find that perfect person. And you can really be selective, especially if you have these two. You can definitely be very selective. Hopefully with those two, you're gonna have this, right? If you have a lot of wealth and you have a lot of health and you don't have happiness, you're going to find the problem in one of these three things. By the way, are you playing basketball, or then you don't like basketball? Are you choosing a career that's not meant for you? Are you spending too much money? Do you wish you were saving more? Did you invest in the wrong things? Are you not investing in yourself and the right things? Maybe you work out a lot and you're pretty fit, but are you getting the proper nutrition, et cetera, et cetera? So you guys can kind of see. If problems arise in any of these three things, you can kind of see it kind of covers the board. Okay. Optimist, pessimist. Now we're still talking about destiny, right? I haven't gone to this one. Are you a more optimistic person, or are you a more pessimistic person? And we're not talking about extremes here, because some of you guys are like, well, I'm kind of in the middle. Me too. Okay, but let's talk about the kind of pessimism and the kind of optimism you need to have. And what I'm talking about here is called practical pessimism. And what that is a concept derived by Tai Lopez. Actually, all of these are concepts derived by Tai Lopez. And huge shout out to him, by the way. He's a brilliant man. Go listen to everything he has to say. There's a lot there. But anyways, what I'm talking about is practical pessimism. And what practical pessimism is not, everything's gonna go wrong and we're doomed and we're all gonna die in the end anyway. So what does it matter if I have health, wealth, love, or happiness? That's very pessimistic. We can all agree. What practical pessimism is okay, you know what? Maybe I can't be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, maybe I can't be Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? But I can be, whatever the best version of myself is. I can be at least lean and fit and strong, and be able to do hard movements with the weights and stuff, right? That's practical pessimism. Or, maybe I'll lose some friends, right? Not like I'm guaranteed to lose friends and all my friends are going to leave me. No. Sometimes I'll lose friends, okay? Some of my family members are probably going to die. But what practical pessimism allows you to frame that in is that because I know that some of my family is probably going to die, I should spend more time with them. And this makes it a lot easier to do that. Kind of this too. And it kind of leads to this. You guys can see how these are all connected. It's actually really, really interesting if you really think about this. And you apply that to all these things, right? I'm not going to run through them for everything. But that's kind of the practical pessimism. If you want to go kind of deeper into that, you can do some thought experience with yourself. I don't just play around with it in your brain. Or go and buy Tai Lopez's 67 Steps. You'll learn a lot about all of these stuff there. I have nothing to gain from that. I'm such an advocate for that program. Quick note here, I forgot to mention, to really summarize this kind of idea of practical pessimism. Charlie Munger said that he has spent his whole life preparing for the worst, and it has only made him a happier person. Okay, so when you have practical pessimism, when you prepare for the worst, you're aware that it can happen, and you take the steps to ensure that it's not as bad when it does come, then you will wind up a much happier person. I believe Charlie Munger is one of the smarter people on this planet, and I really love that quote from him. And then we're going to go on to the next one. Are you more internal or externally happy? Right? You know, because some people are very relaxed and reserved in their happiness. They enjoy enjoying experiences alone. They enjoy kind of keeping to themselves, right? And they're still just as happy as someone who loves to be surrounded by friends and go on, crazy adventures and do all this, extroverted and extravagant stuff. But you need to know which one you kind of are, because if you were someone who really wanted to just keep to themselves and be introverted, but then you got yourself with a bunch of friends who go out and party on yachts and do crazy stuff, and you just want to be with yourself and maybe your close significant other and relax, then you're gonna have some problems with being happy. And again, optimism. We forgot to talk about optimism, right? That it was implied in the practical pessimism, but where the optimism comes in is I can make the most of my time with my family here. I can make sure that I find just the best friends, and when friends leave me, I know that they weren't the right friends for me. I know that, like we talked about, I can't be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I can be really, really fit still. I don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can be the best version of myself. And that's where the optimism comes in, guys. And you know what? Really, really think about this. It's so important. If you want to live a good life on this planet, you need strong pillars in all 4 areas of these. Some people never even get one. It's very sad. It's very sad to see. I want you to have all 4. Okay, I want everybody watching this to have all 4, and I want you to be very conscious and committed to getting all 4 of these. And if you don't know how to, again, buy Tai Lopez's 67 Steps. He explains it all. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this really helped you guys. That's my only goal here, is to hopefully make your life a little bit better after having watched this. And make sure you follow me on other social media, guys. I put out a lot of content. I try to bring value to you guys as much as I can. So I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.